show. Today's show, I wanted to do a follow-up on the episode that I did regarding satanic materials being handed out in schools. Because as it goes now, it's not just a single school in the Colorado school district. It is the entire county of Delta County, Colorado, which has over 30,000 people living there. And you won't believe some of the other books that they're handing out. We talked about the Satanic coloring book, where the children actually perform connect the dots, making the upside down pentagram with the Baphomet's head inside of it, which is well known in Satanism. Then they perform human sacrifice using these pentagrams and performing the rituals inside of these pentagrams. But now it's getting even more ridiculous, because now they're actually handing out abortion books inside of these schools. Yes, books about abortion. They have a book called What Does the Bible Really Say About Abortion? And it's a propaganda piece, because the word abortion is not mentioned in the Bible. So they're trying to make it seem, and they're trying to say that God doesn't have a problem with abortion because the word abortion is not in the Bible. So the book talks about how it's an okay thing, and it tries to use other parts of scripture to make it seem like it's okay, so that they can justify it. And we know what abortion means to the occult and Satanism. Okay, every abortion that occurs is done on satanic grounds. These buildings that they build these abortion clinics inside of, they have witches and Satanists that actually perform the abortions. You can listen to my interview with Zachary King. He talks about how they would bring him into abortion clinics to perform rituals with the babies. And he also talks about how a lot of witches work inside these places, and Satanists, and that they're on satanic ground, and they do perform rituals with these dead babies. And obviously, as you can see through the media, that's one of the big debates they constantly have every year, is about pro-life, pro-abortion. You know, what do you stand for? All this BS. When in reality, they've convinced people that killing a baby isn't murder. They've convinced people that sacrificing a baby is okay because the baby's not born yet. It's not outside the body, so it doesn't count as a living thing. So this pamphlet, they're handing out at schools, and they're encouraging abortion to these children, and everybody's okay with it. This is a counter-attack, because a group was providing the school with Bibles. They weren't forcing them. They just had a table that had Bibles on it. So now the Satanists and the atheists, like I mentioned before, have come out, and they are now, the school district in Delta County has approved that 30 minutes before school starts, that these satanic pamphlets can sit out in public for kids to come and take, and then 15 minutes after school ends, they'll be put back out. So they're trying to make it seem like, well, it's only fair because they're allowed to throw their Bibles around, so we can throw our stuff around. So they're promoting murder inside these schools. They're encouraging kids, they're encouraging girls to get abortions, and then as you go forward and you read some of the pamphlets, because they put a ton of pamphlets out, you can see that they're trying to make it religion and the Bible an attack on women. It says, you know, why women need freedom from religion is one of the pamphlets that they hand out, and how the Bible doesn't have women's rights inside, that women are oppressed. And that's why the world is how it is, because women have been oppressed because of this book that's been around for so long, that these people have been reading and worshiping. So they're twisting everything, and they're getting people all riled up against the Bible and for Satanism and atheism, because they think that it's, you know, it sounds nice. It sounds like nobody's judging, nobody's doing this. I can do what I want. Aleister Crowley's do without wilt, which is their mindset. And they're convincing these young girls that the Bible really oppresses women. So they're brainwashing them with this inside the school system. Then they have other books. Let's go over some of the other books that they have. They have a book called X-Rated, Sex and Obscenity in the Bible. Okay? The school actually had to put a sticker over the cover because they felt it was perverted, but it's actually a woman who's getting groped by the Bible. Yes. So the Bible has eyes and a mouth, and he's sticking his hand up a woman's skirt, so to speak, or trying to. He's trying to molest her. And they're saying that the Bible is filled with sexual obscenities, and that it's dirty and perverted, and it's an attack on women's rights. This is the propaganda they're putting in there, teaching kids. Because we know that the kids aren't actually going to pick up the Bible and read it from front to back, because they're spending 10 hours a day sitting in a classroom listening to regurgitated false lies about the history of the world. They're not even going to have time to, even if they wanted to read the Bible. because they're too busy with their school activity. So they see stuff like this, and then they instantly go, well, I don't want to be a part of a church or a group or Jesus Christ. I don't want anything to do with that stuff. It sounds like they're really mean, they're judgmental, they're oppressive towards women. So they're getting all the girls in the school to be anti-Bible because they feel like they're being attacked, that the Bible makes them look weak and looks like oppressed people. Then you have other books in there, such as What is a Free Thinker?, which is promoting free thought, as if the Bible really restricts us from thinking freely, and we live under this restrictive rule and law of an invisible God. So they're promoting, listen, let's think freely. Like, let's explore science, the pseudoscience that they've created to try to disprove the existence of God. And they're promoting, like, if you go that route, you're a free thinker, you're smart, or you're intelligent if you stay away from the Bible and you think like that. That's how disgusting these people are. And they're allowing it to be put in the schools. The parents are allowing it to be put there. All of these parents should remove their children from these schools and send them to another district. That's the only way to get the message across. Because these teachers, these councils, the school board, they don't want to lose their paychecks. But nobody does anything about it. They just start complaining, but they keep doing it. They go, well, I can't change my kid's school. I got to send him back there because I got to get to work tomorrow. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Then they have a book, 10 Common Myths About Atheists. So they're trying to make atheism look cool and not, oh, no, atheism and Satanism and all these things aren't what people say. It's not dark and gloomy. We're actually very smart. We're free thinkers. Then they have a segment called Ask an Atheist. So, like, children are allowed to reach out to atheists, and then atheists can regurgitate their garbage lies to them about the world and come across as, we don't judge, we don't do the things that Christians or Catholics or any denomination of people who follow Jesus Christ do. We're all about freedom, and we're all about loving one another. And then everybody hears that regurgitated garbage and they fall for it. That's exactly what happens. Then they have a book called What's Wrong with the Ten Commandments? Let me ask you a question. Can you read any of the 10? What kind of a scumbag do you have to be to find fault in the 10 Commandments? Where is there fault in the 10 Commandments? Let me ask you. What, is there a problem with, because it says don't steal? Is that real bad? Or don't covet your neighbor's wife? Is that real bad? Or don't murder? Is that real bad? I mean, how could you discredit the 10 Commandments? How could anybody with a backbone have a problem with the 10 Commandments and what they stand for? I mean, if you're somebody who thinks that the 10 Commandments is a problem and you want to live, and that that these commandments should be broken, you should be put in jail. You should be thrown in jail. That means you want to steal, you want to commit murder, you want to be a criminal pretty much, you want to have sex with other people's wives. I mean, it's so idiotic, but they're doing whatever they can to discredit God and to take a sledgehammer to the Bible and to the commandments. That's exactly what they're doing here, and nobody's fighting back. And people message me and they say, well, how are we supposed to fight back? We're not supposed to be violent. And I say over and over in my videos, but apparently nobody listens. I'm not saying to be violent. I'm saying to fight back with the scriptures. And if you really want to make a difference, then remove your children from these schools and say, okay, you know what? I'll homeschool my kid, or I'm going to send him to a Christian school, or I'm going to send my child to a school in another district that doesn't hand out books promoting abortion to girls who are in 8th grade. How about doing something like that? I don't see anything on that desk that talks about Jesus being great, Jesus being good, about his scriptures. All I see is stuff discrediting the Bible, making the Bible look like it's a pedophile by groping a woman on the cover of the pamphlet, right? Then they have the book with abortions and how it's not mentioned, so it's propaganda, getting kids to go, wait, the word abortion's not in there, so then how is it bad? It's murder. Yes, it would be murder. It'd be one. I mean, these people will stop at no lows. They really won't. We talked about the Satanic coloring book, which is featured prominently here, okay? They have kids doing spells inside of this book. Then they use words like love, friendship, and they do word searches with words like that, and the kids correlate the two. And they draw the pentagram with the Baphomet. I mean, it's absolutely sickening, and we need to take a stand against this. And this isn't just rumor. This all went through today, April 1st. Yeah, not April Fools. Okay? It sounds like an April Fool's joke, but they actually started handing these pamphlets out in schools today. They have a table set up where the children come in you know, and they have all the news crew there taking pictures. So the kids are probably, oh, the news crew's here. Like, let me see what the buzz is all about. Let me pick up one of these pamphlets promoting atheism. Oh, atheism. We don't judge. We don't do anything wrong. We're great. We believe in being smarter and knowledgeable. All the roots of Satanism, all the roots of Freemasonry, all the roots of occult, satanic, Egyptian worship that's been going on since Mystery Babylon, where they think that, ooh, we're so smart. We're so much smarter than everybody else because we don't believe in, oh, you judge gays and we don't, and you do this and we don't, and you do that. And we're all about universal love. So they're just brainwashing all of these children. You know, another pamphlet that's in there, it says, I mean, you won't even, I mean, it just doesn't stop. There's more pamphlets. It's okay not to believe in God, is what the pamphlet's called. That's not propaganda. Holy. I mean, they have it sitting right on the desk. It's okay not to believe in God. Then they go on to talk about how it's okay. You don't have to believe in him. You don't have to be forced to believe in this invisible God. No. You don't have to. You could do what thou wilt. Have you heard of Aleister Crowley? Oh, who? Yeah, Aleister Crowley. He was a great free thinker. He had sex with children. He sacrificed children. He sacrificed babies. He was involved in all sorts of homosexual, satanic sex orgies. Oh, he believed do what thou wilt. That was his big thing that they still promote today. Yeah, oh, it sounds wonderful. Sounds cool. God sounds restrictive. The Bible sounds like it's oppressive against women. All propaganda. I mean, this is propaganda turned up about 50 notches that they're handing this stuff out. All because they feel like they're allowed to hand this out because the Bible's there. Where's the pro? You know, there should be pamphlets there saying why Satanism is for scumbags. I'm going to write the pamphlet myself. Why Satanism is for scumbags. Page 1. Satanists commit animal and human sacrifice. Thus, they're scumbags. Don't become one. Or you'll have a nice trip to eternity in hell, where you could have plenty of male gay sex orgies with other people in hell. Okay? Page 2. Yes, they believe in practicing sorcery and magic and abortion sacrifices. Oh, page 3. They think they're smarter than everyone else, when in reality, here's a picture of what they worship. It's a goat with breasts and a penis, kids. Yes, they worship a cartoon character called the Baphomet. He's got breasts and a penis. That should be it. I closed the pamphlet right there. I mean, everybody would be laughing. They'd say, what? Wait a minute. I gotta say prayers and do rituals to this goat man? What is this, a joke? Is this a comic book? No, kids, that's really what they believe in. That's what these 40, 50-year-old adults, all these, whatever age range, this is what these people, these grown-ups are doing. Yeah, they're killing people's cats, and they're killing babies, and they're killing kidnapped children, and they're performing rituals to this goat right here. Need I say more? No, but the only propaganda that they claim we have is the Bible. That's enough propaganda as far as they're concerned. Us putting that in the schools is propaganda. So then they can put all of these books out there saying the Bible is this, the Bible is that. It's sexist, it's racist, it's oppressive. It doesn't allow people to grow and freely think. Give me a break. I'm going to start making the pamphlets. This is why you shouldn't commit abortion. This is why you shouldn't worship the devil. This is why you shouldn't worship a goat. Because if you do, you have a mental problem and you deserve to be locked up and put in a cage somewhere. Okay? So these are the things I just wanted to point out, because last time we only talked about the coloring book, really, and some of the other stuff, but I didn't get in great detail about the pamphlets because I didn't see each one of these pamphlets. Now that I've seen it, seeing that they're promoting abortion in schools, it just makes me sicker to my stomach. Okay, parents need to get their kids, if this is going on in your school, get your kids out of the school. If the kid is crying because he doesn't want to leave his friends, he'll get over it at some point. It's better that he gets over that at some point than he starts practicing witchcraft and practicing Satanism, and the next thing you know, he's killing babies and doing human sacrifice, and his soul is heading to hell for eternity. Thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you out there. Peace be with you.